Luke 22:24-38. So Jesus is saying that there will be someone who betray him. So they were discussing who is it that's gonna betray him. Then the conversation went into who is the greatest, and so Jesus said his kingdom is not like ours. Like there are people in our kingdom who are like domineering over other, who have authority over other, but in his kingdom the greatest must become like the youngest, like, and the leader is the servant. And it's actually like a lot of studies have shown that the greatest leader are the ones who serve others. And so Jesus, it sounds contrary to the people that lived during his time, but during our time we've been actually proving that what he said is actually true. The best leaders are those with a servant heart. And then after that, Jesus said that his that he is also among you. He is among them as one who serves. And then he then said that his disciples are the one who have stood by him in his trials. So I guess during his ministry, maybe he had trials also that we didn't know about. We knew about the temptation after the 40 days in the desert, but maybe there are other trials that Jesus went through that we didn't know about. Maybe one of them was how people thought that he was crazy, and called his mom and his siblings, his step siblings, to come. And then so Jesus said that God has granted him a kingdom, and that he grant them the permission to eat and drink at his table in his kingdom, and they would sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And then he turned to Simon Peter and said that Satan is demanded to shift you men. Some translations just say to shift you like wheat, but in this context it is talking about Simon Peter, because it talks about how he would betray God before the rooster crow 3 times. It says right here, like, the rooster will not crow today, but it's actually before the rooster crow 3 times. Other translation specify that, or other gospels specify that, until Peter denied him 3 times that he knew me. And then before he said that, I always miss this part. This part stood out to me today, that Jesus, Saint wanted to shift Peter. So Saint asked for Peter, but then Jesus prayed for him that his faith will not fail. And when you have turned back, that means there is a time that he will go away, but then he will come back. He needs to strengthen his brother, and he will be the rock on which Christ built the church. And so when he turned back, he did what Jesus said. He did build up his brother. He did become a leader, and he did stand strong for the faith. And so, but he said to Jesus, no, I won't even like have a momentary lapse like you said. It's pretty much what he said. And then, so that's where Jesus then said, no, Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times. And then after that, then he said to them that before he sent them without money, belt, bag, sandal, like sword, they were provided for, but now he will be counted with the wrongdoers. He will die a criminal's death, a sinner's death, actually, according to God. Any man who is hung upon a tree is cursed. And so he will be counted among the sinners and cursed by God, so that everything that refers to him in scripture will be fulfilled. And then they're like, oh, okay, so we have two swords. And he's like, it is enough. And this is actually how I remember, when I read this now, I relate it to how in the garden, one of the person cut off a servant's ear, and then Jesus healed. And so maybe that's why they brought swords with them to the garden. And I don't know why Jesus told them to bring swords with them, maybe to defend themselves against people who want to attack them or something. But maybe that's why that incident in the garden happened, because maybe the disciple thought, okay, now it's time to fight or something. And I think that person was Simon Peter, who cut off the high priest's servant's ear, but I'm not entirely sure. And so, but I wonder what's the intent is regarding the sword.